One of the common question we every day receive from either email or people call in our office and ask us, well, I'm a student, can I switch to skilled worker visa? I'm a visitor, can I switch to skilled worker visa? The Home Office rules clearly said on which visa, from which visa you can't switch to work permit visa. I'll show in the screen, and today I'll speak about two matter. One is on which, if you are in a certain visa, you can't switch to a work permit visa, and mainly I'll speak about how to remove restriction from no recourse to public fund. Now, many people, especially those who have a leave to remain in the UK, now there is a condition of your visa, no recourse to public fund. That means you can't claim any benefit, universal credit, or housing from local authority. However, you have a good news. If you want, and if you are eligible, then you can remove that restriction from your BRP card, and then you can claim universal credit. There is a prejudice in people's mind that, well, if I remove this, or if I claim universal credit, maybe I'll have a problem in future for ILR or extension of my visa or British nationality. This is a prejudice. This is not true. That will not affect your future visa application. So what you need to do, you need to remove no recourse to public fund restriction from your BRP card, and which is otherwise called a change condition of your visa. I'll show you in the screen what is the eligibility requirement to remove that restriction and how you can do that after a short break. So viewers, first let me deal with switch to skilled worker visa. So when you can't switch to skilled worker visa within the UK, so for example, if you are student visa, you are in the UK, can you switch to student visa within the UK? The answer is very straightforward, yes, because most of the question we receive from the students. Yes, you can switch to a work permit visa from student visa if you satisfy the rest of the eligibility requirement. Now, when you can't switch to skilled worker visa, so 7 types of visa when you can't switch to skilled worker visa. So I show in the screen. So in this circumstance, you can't switch to skilled worker visa. So when you can't apply to switch on this visa, so that means if you are in any of these visa, you can't switch to skilled worker visa. So first, visit visa. So if you are in visit visa, whether short-term visit visa, family visit visa, business visit visa, or medical visit visa, whatever it is, if you are on visit visa, you can't switch to work permit, skilled worker visa, which is otherwise called work permit. If you are a short-term student visa, so short-term student visa means if you come to the UK to learn English, visa which is valid for 6 months. So that is, I think that's what confused the student. So if you are in tier 4 general student visa, which is longer than 6 months, you can switch to a skilled worker visa. Short-term student visa, that is particularly issue for a short period of time, which is for 6 months for learning English. So that is mean by short-term student visa. So don't confuse if you're on tier 4 student visa. Parent of child student visa. Now, I have already made video that a child under 16 years old can come to the UK, and if the child is under 12, their parents also can come to the UK on which is called parent of a child student visa. So if you are on a parent of a child student visa, you can't switch to skilled worker visa. seasonal worker visa. On a seasonal worker visa, again, the seasonal worker visa is issued also for a particular season for 6 months. So if you are on a seasonal worker visa, for example agricultural visa, to pick up strawberry or some in the farm, you can switch to skilled worker visa. On domestic worker in a private household. Now, domestic worker in a private household, if you are in that visa, this route already closed, but still some people come only for short term for with the visitor, though you can't switch to a skilled worker visa. If you are on immigration bail, so for example, you applied for asylum in the UK and you are temporarily granted leave to remain, but you have issued 120 notice or granted a bail, IS1 issued, so you are on a temporary leave until your asylum decision, or an asylum decision make, you can continue to live in the UK. So if you are on immigration bail, then you can switch to or make an application on skilled worker visa. And finally, because you were given permission to stay outside the immigration rules, so if you are on that visa, again you will not able to switch a skilled worker visa. So these are the seven types of visa. So if you are on any of these visa, you will not able to make an application to switch skilled worker visa or work permit visa within the UK. But how you can switch, what you need to do, you need to go back to your home country, and then from outside the UK you can make an application. So for example, if you are on a short term, if you are a parent of child visa, or if you are on visit visa, or if you are a seasonal worker visa, you can get the sponsorship from your sponsor, and then you can move to your home country, and then you can make an application for leave to enter. So these are the first application where you cannot switch from for work permit visa. Now, as I have already explained in my previous video, what actually you need to what you need to get work permit visa, you need 70 point. So if you want to get work permit, but I'll give you a brief idea, then I move to how to remove no recourse to public fund from your visa, from your BRP card. So this is a condition of your visa, and this is very important as well. As I said earlier, that today I'll speak about two topics. That is, one is restriction, because let me start with the how to remove the restriction from your visa, no recourse to public fund, and then I'll come back regarding the work permit point based system. So work permit, you need 70 point, which is many people know about it, but let me deal with first, discuss about how to remove no recourse to public fund. Right, so now those who has limited leave to remain, if you look into your BRP card, there's a restriction which is called no recourse to public fund, and because of this restriction, you are unable to claim different kinds of benefit, universal credit, or housing benefit, or even child benefit, because child benefit also a public fund. So basically you will not able to claim most of the benefit from the government HMRC or DWP. Now, many people in the UK who are facing very difficult situation, because for example they have been granted limited leave to remain for 2.5 years, they have children, and the amount of money you are earning, it is impossible to pay the home office, pay the rent, food, but somehow you are managing, because you rent only a small room, you are not living with some other 10 people in your community, you are limiting your budget, food cost, cloth, and that is what your situation is not good at all. If you are in that situation, and I believe most of the people, those who have no recourse to public fund, are in that situation, then you can make an application to the home office and ask the home office to remove the restriction from your visa. Now, so what you need to establish, if you want to if you want to make your application successful, then you need to establish to the home office that you are a destitute. So what is called destitute? The destitute means is very wide definition, but I'll go to the exactly what does it mean in plain English. So destitute means is if you are in a situation where your income is not sufficient to pay the home office, pay the utility bills, rent, or food for your family, then you are a destitute. Or you have enough money right now for this month, but probably next month you don't have enough money to pay the food bill, for the food, for the rent bills, utility bills for your home. Then you can make the application to the home office to remove the restriction in public fund. So I show in the screen. So the eligible requirement is, now you have already made an application and you have been granted leave to remain, and most probably you pay the home office fee during the time you make this application. So what you need to know, now the condition has changed, means that your financial circumstance have changed since being given permission to stay in the UK, and you are no longer able to provide food or housing for yourself or your family. So you see in the you see in the screen. So that is the main requirement, that is your financial circumstance has changed and you are given permission for well, now if you are in difficulty, probably when you make this application, then you should make application for fee waiver. And if you make an application for fee waiver, then automatically the home office will granted the access to public fund. But some people, they don't get the right advice, and because of this they fail to secure recourse to public fund. So what you can do, once you get the application, once you get your BRP card, and then you can make an application to remove the restriction of the BRP, remove the restriction from the from your BRP card. So you need to make an application. I'll show you the which application you should submit, but what you need to satisfy is your financial circumstance have changed since being given permission to stay in the UK, and you are no longer able to provide food or housing or yourself or your family. Now what you need to do, evidence to the home office, you need to provide an evidence to your home office that your earning are less than your income, and then automatically you will be qualified that your earnings is not sufficient to provide food or housing for yourself or your family. Okay, this is one. Another criteria is your child is at risk because of your very low income. So ultimately, because of your low income, because you are earning less, and your child will be suffer because of your income. So if you have a child, you have a very good chance to get access to public fund. You had a financial problem when you first applied, but you didn't provide evidence of this, and you now want to provide this evidence. So when you made this when you first extend your visa, that time your financial issue has a problem, but you didn't provide evidence because you don't have this. Now you have this, so you can submit it now to the Home Office, and then you can ask the Home Office to remove the condition from restriction from your visa. So as I said, that the first point is very important. So your earnings must be in a position that is where your earning is your earning should be you must establish that your earning is not sufficient to pay food bills. So I'll give you one example. For example, you earn £2,000. Your payslip show that you are earning £2,000 per month, right? You have a kids, so you paying rent £1,500 or £1,000, and then you pay bills, council tax bills, utility bills, water bills, around £400, £1,400 gone, £600. You pay for clothes, £100 per month, £100 gone, left £300 or £600. You spend for food, for example, £700. So it show the calculation show that you have still your earnings is less than your income. So £100, £300 or £400 is shortfall. So in that situation, you can get a fee. You can get access to public funds. So the Home Office will accept your application or grant your application for remove restriction for no recourse to public fund. Now, whatever you say in the application, you must provide evidence. This is important part of your application, because in the application form there is two parts. One is your income details, and you need to establish whatever you say by evidence. So you need to provide 6-month payslip, one 6-month bank statement, and the other part of this form is your expenditure details. So you need to provide your tenancy agreement, utility bills, council tax bills, and example, if you have a receipt or a bank statement to show that amount of money I am spending for food. So as soon as the calculation of two sides of your application show that your earnings is less compared to expenditure, you are more likely get access to public fund. Means Home Office will grant your application to remove restriction from your PRP. One of the important warnings what I would like to say is, you be very careful about what I'm saying, because some people do mistake. What they do, they without removing the restriction, they are claiming benefit, child benefit or council tax or housing benefit. You can't do it, because this is breach the condition of your visa, and that will put you in trouble in future, any extension, because you breach the condition of your visa. So what you need to do, you must understand that I should make this application to the Home Office, not HMRC. Okay, so first you need to make an application to the Home Office to change condition of your visa. So what the Home Office will do, so Home Office will grant your application, and then they will send you a BRP, new BRP, and that new BRP will have no condition, no recourse to public fund. And once you receive it, from that point you can claim universal credit housing benefit from local authority. All right, so let me show you now how to make application, but I'll suggest you, if possible, can you see solicitor. So these are the application for change of condition of leave to allow access to public fund because your circumstances change. This is the form. You need to click apply. So if you click apply, then this is the form you see in the screen. So this is the form where you can fill up and then you can send it to the Home Office with supporting evidence. Now, if you have any question, or if you need any help, feel free to contact with me. I'm available in London and Milton Keynes, or I can also advise you remotely. So if you are live any part of the UK, if you need help, you can contact with us. I will arrange a remote consultation via a Zoom meeting or a telephone, so feel free to contact me. And then I'll move to about, as I said, that I'll give you about information regarding work permit. So work permit, you need 70 point. Okay, very straightforward calculation. So if you have that 70 point, you can get a work permit in the UK. Most of you know, but before I give this information, I want to warn you, it's very important. Lots of students coming from Bangladesh, Pakistan, and some from India and different around the world currently, especially for Bangladesh and Pakistani student. Many people are getting work permit by illegal means. Some people are paying to the employer and getting, so far my understanding, I'm not blaming or indicating anyone, but this is something some people do. From my past, a lot of fraudster in the market. So I'll tell you an example. Don't do it, because if you do it, then, because once the employer, you buy you get a work permit, it's not a permanent. Okay, if the home office cancel the license of this restaurant, of this Indian or Bangladeshi restaurant, at that point your sponsorship will gone, your visa will be curtailed, your visa will be invalid, despite you have a stamp on your passport, a work permit visa for 5 years, or a BRP card valid for 5 years, but it doesn't matter. This will be a plastic card only. So as soon as the home office curtail his or her employer license, you will be an overstayer. Then you need to find another employer. Now think about it. The person who selling work permit for £20,000 or £10,000, this person is a greedy person. He will sell as much as he can to make money, and then home office will cancel license one day. Okay, because this is corrupt people, and the home office will find them today or tomorrow. If you are new in the UK, get some experience about the colleges in the UK. In prior to 2012, 11, 10, in East London, every street, each building, 3-4 colleges was there, and all the colleges banned by the government. So you have to be very careful about work permit. So my advice will be to my fellow student brother and sister: if you are a student in the UK, carry on study. This will be my first advice. If you do study in the UK, you do have a very good opportunity in the UK. You will establish one day. I came in this country as a student as well. So what you have to do study. You have an opportunity. You have a post-study work permit. Complete your course. Start a official good job. Work for 2 years. You will have a work permit for 2 years automatically after completion your course. By these 2 years, you will gain more experience. And if you work for an employer for 2 years, this employer will be satisfied and give you a work permit. Now you can lots of vacancy in health sector, care sector, job is available. That you need to put yourself in a position. So rather than seeking asylum, another disease in our community, seeking asylum, buying work permit, please do study, get 2-year work permit, and by this time you will get a work permit. And once you complete your course, you will have 2 years visa. You have lots of option available. You have an option to get married someone, and if you find a suitable girls or husband for you genuinely, then you will get this is an option. You have an option to switch to work permit. You have option on the basis of your child. If the child born in the UK spent for 7 years, so lots of option. So many students coming in the UK and jumping to asylum and claiming asylum in the UK, thinking that I have currently got a ARC card, got a work permit. After a couple of months later, I am successful. No, brother and sister, you will see after 2 years. Currently the government is very restriction, and even if the government has changed, labor will come, the immigration law will not change, because what they want to identify, they do identify. Now what you are claiming asylum in the UK, for Bangladeshi people. Most of them are false. They are coming a student, to 18 years old student, 21 year old student, and come and claiming asylum on political reason. So this is, I think, is not fair. What you were saying. I personally advise whoever come to make an asylum. I advise them, look, you have to be honest with me and with the Home Office as well. So if you are agree with me, I can help. And that point, when they see that I'm the wrong person for them, they run away. And trust me, those who are claiming asylum in the UK on a student visa, you are destroying your future, you are destroying your career. So this is as simple. So what my suggestion about work permit, find a genuine employer. If an employer offer you a job, genuinely get it. This is good luck. I appreciate it if you have an opportunity and option come in future. Okay, because of course this is an option, but don't involve any fraudulent activities. So this is all about. Now what I want to tell, especially from people from Bangladesh, Bangladesh students, they are coming and doing so many wrong, they're making so many wrong decisions, and people are not giving the right information. Their family member has no idea about it. And so what my advice will be smart, find a job, a genuine employer, search in internet. Now you can lots of job, as I said, in health and care sector. So find a genuine employer and then you can switch to work permit, but don't go to a route which is not right for you. All right, thank you very much. Whoever watched Iqbal Co 1993, you said, is domestic violence for indefinite leave visa fee need pay? No, you don't need to pay any Home Office fee. Even you don't need to pay any solicitor fee, because if you are a victim of domestic violence, then it will cover by legal aid. So you can get help from the government scheme. Thank you very much, all of you who watched this short video. I hope this will help you to some extent in to make a decision about what you want to do. And if you need help, as I said, please feel free to contact me at my office. The number appears on the screen. Good night for everybody.